Curse of Forbidden Love. Years ago, a shadow fell over the House of Thorn. Malachor, a man of cold heart and jagged ambition, tore his young son from the arms of a weeping mother. He banished the woman to the fringes of the world, whispering lies to the boy that she had perished. Kalen grew up in a hollow fortress of marble and ice, never knowing the warmth of the woman who gave him life.
As an adult, Kalen became a man of restless spirit. He was haunted by a recurring dream of a face he could almost remember, a soft smile and eyes like amber. Driven by a deep, inexplicable longing, he spent his fortune searching for a piece of his soul he felt was missing, unaware that his father's malice had woven a trap out of his own desires.
In a sun-drenched coastal town, Kalen finally saw her. She stood by a marble fountain, her beauty preserved as if by a frozen clock. This was Elowen. She did not recognize the man her son had become, and he saw only the woman from his dreams. A spark ignited between them, a magnetic pull that defied reason and morality, born of a bond they could no longer name. Their courtship was a whirlwind of stolen glances and whispered promises. Elowen felt a strange familiarity in the way Kalen spoke, a comfort she hadn't known since her youth. Kalen felt he had finally found his home. They were two broken halves of a story that Malachor had ripped apart, now attempting to sew themselves back together in the most dangerous of ways. On a cliffside overlooking the crashing waves, Kalen knelt before Elowen. He offered her a ring of silver and sapphire, vowing to protect her from the shadows of the past. Elowen, believing she had finally found a love to heal her old wounds, said yes. The air grew heavy and the wind howled, a warning from the heavens that they were about to cross a line of no return. The wedding was a private affair in a chapel of glass. As they exchanged vows, the sun eclipsed, casting a blood-red light over the altar. When their lips met to seal the union, a low rumble of thunder shook the earth. The blood bond, severed and then wrongly rejoined, triggered a primal curse that had waited in their veins for this very moment. That night, in the quiet of their bridal suite, Elowen opened a small, tarnished locket she had carried for decades. Inside was a portrait of a child with a distinctive birthmark on his temple, the same mark Kalen bore. The realization struck her like a physical blow. The man she had married was the son she had lost to Malachor's cruelty. Kalen entered the room, seeing the terror on his bride's face. She showed him the locket, her voice trembling as she spoke the truth. As the words left her lips, the room turned cold. The ceiling seemed to groan under the weight of an invisible judgment. The forbidden nature of their love had invoked a punishment that would manifest in the flesh.
Suddenly, Kalen gasped, clutching his chest. A searing heat surged through his limbs. He looked down at his hands and watched in horror as the skin began to wrinkle and thin. His dark hair turned a dull, ashen gray before his very eyes. The curse was consuming his youth, stealing his time as penance for the broken taboo.
By morning, Kalen looked 20 years older. He moved with a slight stoop, and the vibrance in his eyes had dimmed. Elowen remained as beautiful and youthful as ever, a cruel contrast to the man she now knew was her son. She tried to touch his face, but he pulled away, the weight of their sin and the speed of his decay terrifying them both.
Days passed like decades. Every hour a new line appeared on Kalen's face. Every night his bones grew more brittle. Malachor's ghost seemed to laugh in the shadows of the estate, his revenge complete. He had not just separated them, he had engineered a reunion that would destroy them both through a love that could never truly be.
In his final moments, Kalin lay in the arms of the woman who was both his wife and his mother. He was a centenarian now, his breath shallow and ragged. Eowyn wept, her tears falling on his snowy hair. As the sun set, the curse took the last of his life. He died an old man, leaving Eowyn forever young, haunted by a love that was a beautiful, terrible mistake.